Southern California Sprint Championships, 1955, Pasadena, California. This is the junior, senior, and women races to qualify for the national championships. The first race we have going here kind of looks like it was and I'm not sure, the riders don't look right as far as whether they were the main group or the chasing group. But we would start at the finish line, ride up a half a mile, turn around and come back. That was the senior finish there. It looked like Tetzlaff. Jack Disney wasn't racing in seniors because he was national champion. This is again looks like a senior maybe 1 mile race. The group coming through here looks like it was a junior race, and on the far outside was a rider, I believe was Dwayne Davenport, and he won the race. Phil Criswell got second, and I got third, and Pluto Thompson, I believe, got fourth. This is the women's race, and I believe it was Alice Springer, eventually Alice Disney. Here's a finish of the senior race, and I'm not sure if Bill Disney was racing in this race or not for the seniors. This again is a junior finish, and it looked like Dwayne Davenport won it again, which there's a special story about him we'll talk about later. This looks like the senior finish maybe of the 5 mile. This again is the ladies race, and again this could be Allison, but I'm not totally positive. I was 16 years old here. Phil Criswell was 16, and it was our last year as a junior. The races were were pretty well contested in the senior field.
Is the first lap of your...
And this is the first lap of the junior 5 mile. I took off in the first lap and took with me Phil and Bill Thompson. And at the finish, Pluto, who had vowed not to sprint against us if he could sit on us, broke his word and then sprinted by Phil, him being unaware that we were going to sprint. And Don Tenney ended up finishing 4th, causing a tie of points between Phil, Criswell, and Davenport. This looks like probably one of the senior laps in there, either a 5 or 10 mile. And this appears to be the finishing sprint, and it looks like Tetzlaff on the outside winning the race. The senior field was pretty large, so there was a tie on points between Phil and Davenport, so they had to have a match race, and so the two of them came down. This is the ladies' race again, and I believe that's Alice Springer, and so the Criswell and Davenport had to have a match race. This is probably the senior 10-mile race coming through. And this appears to be the finish of the 10-miler. And the jersey, the dark blue jersey, could very well be Bill Disney. I don't recall.
This is the ride-off.
Now here's the match sprint between Davenport and Criswell for first prize. And Phil was so much faster than any of the juniors that he was actually riding the senior category 1 or A race. He was sprinting with the A riders, and Phil just rode away from Davenport and won the state championships. So Phil was crowned state champion, he thought. A week later, he was informed that his championship jersey was withdrawn and that Dwayne Davenport was awarded the state championships because supposedly Don Tenney was given a hip shove in the backfield that gave him an advantage to finish ahead of Davenport. None of this could be corroborated with any witnesses. It was just someone decided that this happened, and a week after the championships was over, they awarded it to Davenport. Phil went back to the national championships and finished second to DeCalibus in the juniors, so he was number 2 in the junior national championships, and I don't think Davenport even got a point. I may be wrong on that, but he did not place very well at all.